What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This is the House Money channel. House Money Investing with the House Money Challenge. I just made 13 sales tonight, so I'm going to give you a brief overview of what I did. First off, I withdrew $57.54 from my Ameritrade account, which is all principal. Then on my Cash App, I purchased $2.60 of T-Row, and that was due to selling out of my T-Row from my stash account of $36.60. My profit was this $2.60. So initially I invested $34, made $2.60, and the profit, of course, I put back in the market, hence house money, and took out my principal. Then in my stash account, I purchased Skyworks for $9.52. I sold out of Skyworks in my Charles Schwab account, and the profit went straight to my stash, since you can't, well, I can buy a fractional on Charles Schwab, but I just like to do it in stash better than, I don't like to keep fractionals in Charles Schwab. Then in my Charles Schwab, I sold out of Kimberly and Clark. On this one, I did not make a profit. I took a small loss. Then I bought $1 of Microsoft in my Robinhood account. That profit came from the Microsoft I sold out of my Charles Schwab, so I only profited $1, and I purchased that in my Robinhood, so that'll be house money there. Then I purchased $1 of Pepsi in my Cash App, and I sold out of my Pepsi position in Charles Schwab, so my profit was only $1, and that I purchased in Cash App, hence the house money. Then in my stash account, I purchased Qualcomm for $7.91. I sold out of my Qualcomm from Charles Schwab. The profit was $7.91, so I took out my principal, left the house money in the stash account. Then I sold out of Walmart in my Charles Schwab. Did not make any profit on that one. Took a small loss as well. Same with Whirlpool. Sold out of Whirlpool in my Charles Schwab account. Took a small loss on that one as well. Then in my stash account, I purchased $3.06 of Visa, which I sold out of my Visa position in Charles Schwab. My profit was $3.06. So I got my principal back, and the $3.06 is going to be house money, so it's going to be basically free stock. It's going to ride, just compound over time. Then in my Cash App, I sell out of Peloton for $33. The profit from Peloton was actually left into my Cash App because it was a great enough balance that Cash App just let me leave it in there. Then in my stash account, I purchased Ross for $3.73, which was the Ross that I sold out of on my Robinhood. The gains wasn't enough for, Robinhood to let me leave that $3.73. So I initially invested $58, made $3.73. So I sold the $61.73, put the $3.73 in my stash account for the house money. Then I pulled out some principal out of my M1 Finance for $145, and this will be 99 different positions that it's going to deduct from, an even amount, because I have 100 shares, all set at, of course, 1%. So these are going to be, basically all the shares that it's going to come out of. Then I purchased $1 of JB Morgan iShares Emerging Markets Bonds ETF. I sold out of my Moomoo account for $114.78. That was $1 profit, so I purchased that in Cash App, because of course in Moomoo you can't purchase fractional shares. Then in my Acorns app, I withdrew $13 of principal. And on Acorns, I'll deploy the about $1,500 to $2,800. In about 30 days, I'll pull it back out slowly, and whatever I gain, if let's say I put in 1,500 and I gain $100, I'll pull out 1,500 to leave the other 100 right in the Acorns. Then again, in my M1, I withdrew another 174 of principal, which M1 I do similar to Acorns. I put in about 15 to 2,800, somewhere roughly around there, and then whatever I gain, I'll sell it all. I'll take out all my principal plus the gains, and then those gains I'll purchase in another brokerage like Cash App, Public, Stash, or Robinhood. So these are going to be basically the same. This time it was 100 positions, which is all my positions I have in M1. It's going to take out a little chunk of everything. Then I sold out of Disney in my Cash App. I actually made a profit on this purchase as well, and profit was great enough that Cash App just let me keep the gains in there and take out the principal. And that was it for the night.